come to my attention that a few of you out there like when I talk about Ringo Starr. That's right. I've been watching. Well, lucky for you, I like talking about Ringo Starr as well. And furthermore, I love playing Ringo's drum parts. So I thought today, let's take advantage of that mutual interest. And why don't I walk you through one of my favorite Ringo drum parts, the whole song. So today, ladies and gents, let's go through Ringo's iconic drum part from a little tune called In My Life that comes from the 1965 Beatles album Rubber Soul. Now there's a couple reasons I love this drum part. Number one is it's pretty simple. There's really only two grooves used throughout this whole song. There's no fills. Heck, there's even only one crash cymbal hit during the entirety of the song. And when I say simple, I don't mean easy, right? There are some things in this drum part that definitely warrant some practice and intention to get them to flow. But overall, it's not overly complicated. Drummers of all ability levels would have a good time working up this drum part. Secondly, this is just a textbook example of Ringo's ability to craft a drum part that fits the song to a T. This is really unique, and it could have been played in a lot more straightforward way, and it probably would have been under the hands of another drummer. But Ringo, in his infinite drum groove creation wisdom, thought, I know exactly what this song needs, and I think he nailed it. This song is probably one of the first really popular uses of a linear drum groove, and you'll see what I mean as we break it down here. So, without further ado, ladies and gents, I'm going to take you through both grooves used in this song, and then we'll play through the whole song in its entirety, and through all of that, I will also provide the transcription of what I'm playing at the top of your screen. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, gang, let's talk about the first of our two grooves used in the Beatles song In My Life. Now, you will find this groove used during the verses as well as during the instrumental break of this song. And as I alluded to in the intro of this video, this is a linear groove, meaning no two limbs are going to land at the same time. Now, this whole song lives at 104 BPM, so if you want to practice these grooves with a metronome, which I'd highly recommend doing, set that baby to 104 or slower, maybe the first time you do it, right? Now, I'm going to demonstrate how our limbs fit together on this groove. Please feel free to follow along with the notation going across the top of your screen. And think about an eighth note grid as we go through this, right? It's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Everything that we play is going to fit in that eighth note grid, right? So if I count out our eighth notes and just play this slowly, here's where things are going to land. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was one measure of it, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That single hi-hat note sounds so cool. This song could have so easily have been played like. And in fact, I probably would have played it that way had I never heard Ringo do it the actual way. But I would argue that Ringo's version fits the song way better. It has way more space, right? So let's do it with the metronome now at 104 BPM. Our second groove is the one that's found during the choruses of the song. Now, this groove is a 4-measure pattern. And so I'm going to split this in half to demonstrate it to you right now. Now, the first two measures are going to be played almost all on the bell of the ride cymbal, with the exception of a few snare drum notes that I throw into the end of the second measure. Now, when I'm playing the bell, really quickly, just make sure, or when you're playing the bell, use the shank or the shoulder of your stick to get a nice full sound, right? As opposed to using the tip, which gives you a really thin, tinny sound. Right? We want to have some more body there. Okay, so here it is. The first two measures, I'm going to play quarter notes on the bell, with the exception of the end of the second measure. Here's what it sounds like without any click or anything yet, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and. So the end of that goes and a 4, and. Both my hands are moving in unison on the snare and the ride cymbal bell. Kind of unique, right? Here it is without me talking. Okay? Now, the second two measures of our chorus groove are a little bit more like a traditional rock beat. I'm going to stay on the bell of the ride cymbal, playing eighth notes this time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Our subdivision right there, right? Our connective tissue. And my bass drum and snare drum are going to interplay with each other like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and, right? And I want to have a nice, I can have a nice full-bodied rim shot for those snare hits on 2 and 4, right? So if I put the cymbal in with that, with all three limbs, it sounds like this. Now, I only do that for two measures, right? And with the metronome now, I will play the whole 4-measure pattern of the chorus groove, follow along with the transcription up top, and here is groove number 2 from In My Life with the metronome. So every time we play that chorus in this song, it's a 4-measure pattern that's repeated. So ultimately we're playing 8 measures total during the choruses of In My Life, right? And now, ladies and gents, let's take both of those grooves, put them together, and put them where they belong in the Beatles song In My Life. Feel free to watch along, follow the transcriptions, or play along with me as we go through the song here. Are you ready? Let's do it.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall some are dead and some are living. I love you more.
There you have it, folks. That was In My Life by the Beatles. Drums provided by the legendary Ringo Starr. What did you think? Did you enjoy this sort of video where I'm breaking down a song and taking you all the way through it with each individual groove? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to do more of these. Also, are there songs that you would like to see broken down and demonstrated here on the channel? Let me know that in the comments as well. Heck, if you've got a favorite Ringo groove or Beatles song, let's get some conversations going, you know? It's fun to connect and talk about these shared passions that we all have. Ladies, gents, thanks so much for stopping in here to Cole on Drums today. As always, we will have more fun, fresh content coming your way next week. If you'd like to support the channel, make sure hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Both of those things are free and they don't cost you a cent and they don't take but a second. And if you want to support my efforts as a content creator, even more information as to how you can do so can be found in the description of this video using the official Cole on Drums YouTube channel Venmo account. Ladies and gents, thanks again for stopping by today. Go practice this Ringo part. Go have fun playing the Beatles. And be kind to one another. Take care, and goodbye.